This is how we get you ranking on Google in the first 20 days without confusing SEO reports or writing any content for your blog or your website or any of that stuff. And everything I'm about to show you right now is actually backed by our no-brainer double guarantee. We are the only SEO agency on the planet that I know of that offers two guarantees with their SEO. Most agencies don't even offer one. But I will get into this a little bit later. Right now, I want to get right into the program and what it's all about. And I kind of hate saying this part because it makes me sound arrogant, but we don't even call it SEO anymore. We call it SEM, Search Engine Mastery, and it's basically because we feel like we've mastered the search traffic game. And what it's really all about is we guarantee you rankings. There are zero commitments, and you get blazing fast results with us. Whereas traditionally, you really have to wait a long time before you could see results, sometimes up to a year, sometimes up to 2 years, where you could actually see a real ROI coming from SEO. And I'm going to explain all of this in just a moment. But aside from all the different types of awards that we've gotten in the SEO space and tons of satisfied businesses that have grown with us and our SEO service, this is Sidra from Made in TO, a local cleaning company out in Toronto. She literally doubled her revenue in 2 months. She was able to quit her job soon after that. And now she's outranking literally everybody in search in her area. And that includes all the big franchises. This is a law firm out in Ontario. And if you know anything about law firms, you'll know that SEO is one of the most difficult things to rank for. And we were able to do it in 4 short months. So we actually started right around here where there was basically almost no traffic, nothing really happening at all. And we 11x'd her sign me up traffic in 4 short months. And the result was 14 new clients a month. Now, here's another business out in Dubai, an international business. They came to us and literally in 30 days, we were able to 1.5x their traffic. And this is what I'm really, really proud of here, the value of that traffic. We 3x the quality of that traffic. Now, if you don't know anything about that traffic value, this is a very, very important metric that a lot of people just ignore, but it's probably more important than the actual traffic that's coming in. Sure, you can get a lot of traffic coming in, but if this value is not going up, then it's basically junk traffic. It's not worth anything. Now, to kind of put some logical sense behind this is basically what this means is you would be paying Google, if you're running Google ads, you would be paying them for this type of traffic, but you're actually getting it for free with SEO. And we were able to increase this value by $2,800 in just 30 days. So I'm going to show you a bunch more case studies later, but let's get into the actual program and why it's so powerful. And I think the best way to understand why it's so powerful is to compare it to how traditional SEO actually works. So if you were to go to a traditional SEO agency, basically they do a few things that are just kind of outdated. They don't work anymore. So the first thing that they do is they start with the wrong foundation. They start with the wrong keyword strategy. So if you were to go to an SEO agency right now and you'd say, hey, you know what, we need search traffic coming into our website. What can you do for us? Basically, what they would do is they go back, do their homework and say, hey, you know what, they're going to hand you this list of highly competitive keywords. Okay, super saturated, super competitive keywords, the highest hanging fruit there is. And obviously, this would be probably your dream list of keywords to rank for on the first page. So you look at it and you get really, really excited. And you're like, okay, cool. This looks really good. My business would totally turn around if this actually ranked on the first page. So you give them a green light, you approve it. And then what ends up happening is you wait and you wait and you wait while you spend money every single month with little to no results. Now, I don't know if you've heard this before, but it's a pretty common saying. Google only loves you when everyone else loves you first. And going after highly competitive keywords from the start never actually works. It's kind of like learning how to walk for the first time and then challenging Usain Bolt to a race. You know, it's just not going to end very well. So what tends to happen is you as a customer just basically burn money and burn time every month, month in and month out. Now, another thing traditional SEO agencies are known for, and this has nothing to do with results, it's actually just basic customer service, is there's no transparency of what's actually happening with your account. Now, at the end of every single month, they send you something called an SEO report. And if you don't know what this report is all about, it's really confusing, to be honest, because if you don't know SEO and you're not a technical person, these reports may as well be in a different language altogether, because they're really, really confusing to the average person. And most of our clients don't know much about what a domain rank is, or what a UR is, and all these different things. But this is what they tend to focus on these reports. And basically, you're not really seeing any sort of clarity. And on top of that, there's really no communication between you and the agency once you're onboarded. And then finally, there's no hard data to prove that your campaign is actually working. Your campaign is actually delivering an ROI. And then finally, the third thing that's really wrong with traditional SEO is there's no real content strategy. Now, some agencies do offer it, but if they do, it's very, very poorly executed. And if they do offer it, you're literally doing all the work. So, they send you like a bunch of keywords. They'll be like, hey, business owner, I hope you're not too busy, but can you write 5 blogs this week on these following topics? Now, I don't know about you, but, most business owners don't really have the time to do that stuff. And then finally, they don't really offer content that revolves around the goals of the actual business. Okay, so just to sum it up, they start with the wrong foundation, which is the wrong keyword selection from the beginning. They offer really bad customer services. There's no transparency of what's happening with your campaign. There's no ROI measurability. There's no accountability. And then finally, there's zero content strategy that actually works. Now, why is our method different? What is our SEM method all about? So first of all, you get real and measurable ROI. You see results in less than half the time of traditional SEO. It's all guaranteed, and there's zero commitments whatsoever. Okay, and this is how it actually works. So step one is, when we're trying to solve for speed, what we do is something very, very different. We actually go after easy and attainable keywords and key phrases that nobody else is looking at initially. Okay, this is our initial strategy. While the whole market is basically chasing after the same keywords, the same saturation, the same competitive stuff that everybody else is doing, we are literally saying, okay, you know what? Let them chase after that. We're going to go this way, and we're going to find where the lower hanging fruit is, and we're going to go after that initially. And what that does is it actually ends up building trust with search engines a lot faster by going after low competitive keywords with high intention. Okay, and why do we want to build trust? Because when Google trusts you, it starts to reward you a lot faster. Okay. And step two, we provide better customer service and way greater transparency. Now, I would say about 70% of our clients come from really, really bad SEO experiences. And one of their bigger pain points was that the agencies just do a really bad job of communicating with them. So we didn't want to do that. And we also didn't want to send you just confusing SEO reports that nobody reads anyway. So what we ended up doing is we created something called the SEM Film Room, the Search Engine Mastery Film Room. And basically what this is you're going to have your very own SEM success coach who's dedicated to your success, okay? Basically what they're going to do every single month, they're going to record their screens live and go over your dashboard. So they're going to do a full walkthrough of your ROI for that month. They're going to go over their plan for the following month and what their initiatives are going to be. They're also going to go over what still needs improvement. They're going to give you a full rankings breakdown. They're going to compare your last 30 days rankings to this month and even your first day rankings of when you first joined us. And you're going to see the total difference of how you've improved in your rankings. You're also going to get a full competitors analysis. You're going to get a summary. You're going to get a full summary of your KPI metrics and a lot more. And as a bonus, if you're still confused about where you stand or where your traffic is and how healthy your SEO campaign is looking, you get to book live calls with your SEM specialist for even more in-depth analysis. So we want to make sure that basically you're never ever left in the dark about how your SEO campaign is doing. We are super diligent about this stuff, and we want it to be extremely transparent. We want to make sure that you guys are seeing value in what we're doing. finally, step 3, how is our SEM method so much more powerful than typical SEO? So step 3 is this: we develop a content strategy that is actually consistently executed with your unique goals. Now, a lot of you know this, or if you don't, these are actually all the steps in developing a real content strategy. And if you want to rank with Google and get high intention, high value traffic, you have to develop a content strategy. And this is basically the main reason why most agencies skip this, because these are a lot of steps involved in actually developing a content strategy. You have to know your core message, you have to identify your target audience, you have to get your keywords optimized, you have to build your brand authority, you have to create content consistently, you have to measure your results and plan future content initiatives. So it's no wonder why most agencies completely skip this part, because it's a lot of work. Now, luckily, what we've done is we've kept investing in our SEO for a very long time. We've been in the game for about 10 years, and we've reinvested into our program so much to this point where we're actually able to offer every single part of this, because we actually hired a team of expert content writers, and they literally handle everything for you. So they choose your topic and core message selection, they identify your audiences, they find the right publishers and partners to guest post with, they write your content consistently, they measure the results, they plan future content initiatives. Finally, after doing this for a long time, you actually become a thought leader and you start building brand authority. You don't just get SEO benefits out of it, you don't just get leads and sales from it, but after a long time, if you do this consistently, you actually become a thought leader in your space. And then finally, we actually give you 5 articles a month for your own blog, which is really, really important to stay on top of. So basically, the whole idea is it's a push button service. You don't have to lift a finger. We do everything for you. And at this point, I want to go over some case studies where our clients have seen results from these steps being executed properly. So let's go ahead and go over some right now. So this is Sadia's Tiffin Service. It's actually a meal prep business in Ontario, Canada. And basically they came to us at April, not too long ago, April 17th, year 2022. And these were their initial stats when they came to us. They were working with 162 visits a month. That traffic value, remember this metric here? $23. This traffic right here wasn't worth very much. Now, literally 2.5 weeks later, May 9th, 2022, we 3x their traffic and we 6x the quality of that traffic. This kind of jump is unheard of in SEO, but we literally do this all the time. This was just in 2.5 weeks after starting. Here's a very, very big blog, a tech blog. They came to us right around here. They were doing all right. They came to us about right here with about 500,000 visitors a month. But literally in less than 30 days, we brought them up to 2 million monthly visitors from SEO. And by the way, this traffic that I'm showing you, it is only measuring search traffic, okay? I don't want you to be confused with anything else. Everything that I show you right now is only measuring search traffic. It's not taking into account your direct traffic or your paid traffic or your social media traffic, okay? So this specific blog, we were able to increase their visits by 375,000 visits a month. And look at that value shoot up. $132,000 we added to their traffic value in less than 30 days. Here's Crypt. This is an international supply chain business. A 50% increase in new traffic in 3 months. Not major jumps like this. I want to show you reasonable stuff too, okay? Because not everything's going to be a grand slam, but this is really important because they were working with a lot of traffic already. But check it out. We started here and we got them over here. But what I'm most proud of with these guys is before they came to us, they said, hey, you know what? We want to outrank all of our competitors. We want to crush them in search traffic. Can you do that for us? And this is public knowledge. You guys can look this up in ahrefs.com. It is all public knowledge. Basically, we said, okay, cool. Give us a list of your competitors. We'll do it for you. So in literally 2 months, we were able to rank them for over 1,000 keywords. And these are all of their different competitors, and they're literally smiling down at them from the top now. Okay. I'm going to keep going. Okay. Here is Made in TO. This is a snapshot of Made in TO, and this is just a list of all the keywords they're ranking it in the top 3 positions. So when you think of cleaning services, these are basically all the keywords that people are searching for, and they're literally, this is the whole list of them, a whole page of them, in just the top 3 positions. Actually, the list was much bigger, but I couldn't grab the whole screenshot and fit it on here. This is Chapman McAlpine Law, a 5x increase in high intent traffic in 90 days for one of the most competitive spaces online, the legal industry. This is The Pottery, a pot shop, 4x in new sales over 12 months. This is a dentist out in Australia. They started with 20 visits a month. We 9x their traffic and 5x their sales in 11 months. This is Grand Oaks. This is 2x in ready to buy traffic in 30 days. Check this out. They started right here with 130 low quality traffic. We multiplied it by 2. We 2x'd it. And check this out. Their traffic value jumped by $243. That is a 2.5x increase in their traffic value. Such an important metric, guys. I do not want you to forget about it. Guys, there are literally tons and tons of more satisfied businesses. I want you to look us up, Google Awkward Media, when you get a chance. Go through our reviews. We have nothing to hide. We've been doing this for about 10 years now, and I think we've literally developed the best SEO program on planet Earth. Now, at this point, I want to go over the guarantees because I did promise you that. And one of the things about when we came up with these guarantees was we literally do not want our clients to feel like they're not getting value out of our service. We always want to put the risk on us. We want to take it off of them. We want to make sure that we're delivering for you guys every step of the way. And this was really, really important for us when we were starting the SEO program because we heard so many nightmare stories of people just being tied into contracts or people not getting results after being there for a year, 2 years sometimes. And we just didn't want to be one of those agencies at all. We want to separate ourselves from that. We put our money where our mouth is, and I want to go over the actual guarantees. So we came up with 2 really, really great guarantees that I think takes the risk off of you guys and puts it all on us. And let me go over it right now. So Insane Zero Risk Guarantee number 1 is if we don't get you on the first page for a high volume keyword within the first 90 days, we will literally work for free until we get you there. So this means that we're not going to get you on the first page for a keyword that doesn't actually bring you any traffic or any value. We can do that in literally 20 days or less. That doesn't matter. I'm talking about high volume keywords. So you will get a list from us. Like if this is your dream list of keywords, we want to get at least one of them up there in the first 3 days. But remember, our strategy is we're going to go after the low-hanging fruit first and then eventually get you ranking on the first page for your dream list, okay? So that's guarantee number 1. Insane Zero Risk Guarantee number 2 is if you don't see measurable results in the first 20 days, you get every dollar invested back into your account plus an additional $200 for wasting your time, no questions asked. We have so much confidence in what we're doing. We literally see results in less than 20 days. And if you guys are not seeing results, if you guys are not seeing movement in your metrics, then we will happily refund your money and give you $200 on top for wasting your time, because we don't ever want you guys to feel like that you're not getting value out of what we're providing. Okay? So now I want to take this opportunity to ask you to schedule a free search strategy call with me or my team. There are 0 obligations whatsoever. And basically what's going to happen on this call is we will take a look at your site and we're going to run what we call a full diagnostic scan on your website. This is absolutely free of charge. This scan will actually help you determine what needs to be done with your site to get it the traffic you want from Google search engine. It's going to include an overall health score graded out of 100. You're going to get a site speed score. You're going to get a list of technical errors that's wrong with your website that's holding you back from actually seeing success in search engines. You're going to get a keyword strategy that Google will respond to and a lot more stuff. Now, the goal of this diagnostic is to give you the information you'll need to get your site ranking faster. We typically charge $1,000 for this, but you're getting it for absolutely free on this call. We'll have your scan ready on the call. We'll review our findings with you. This way, even if you don't sign up with us, you'll at least have the information you need moving forward to start fixing up your SEO game, okay? And we're giving this away absolutely free. We found that empowering businesses with the tools for success is much more rewarding in the long run. We've been able to create some really, really special relationships because of this. It is really no obligations on the call. We're not going to hard pitch you on anything. It's basically just you're sitting down with an SEO specialist and we're going over your site metrics and your strategy for SEO. So at this point, I want to invite you one last time on this free search strategy call. There should be a link below this video to go ahead and book it. If you don't see a link, that means we've stopped running the free promotion. So from time to time, this does happen because our team gets a little too slammed and we can't keep up with all the demand. But if you do see a link, go ahead and schedule that call. You will be talking to me or one of our team members. And yeah, I'll see you guys real soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.